Morning, folks. It's Thursday, May 2nd. The sun shining, but it's cold. Well, right now it's 34 degrees. We got frost on the grass, so yeah, it's a little nippy. Good news is we didn't get a ton of precip with the kind of the system that went through. So hopefully we can maybe get started. I don't know if we'll be able to get started today or not. Just depends on how much sun and warmth and wind we might get today, but that's what we got going on. Stay tuned. So we're adding some to my brother's tractor right now. His tractor's a little different than mine. It's slightly newer, and so it's got one. Come in the shop door here. It's got one display in his cab, and so it's just quite a bit to have a planning functions, also a rate controller for the fertilizer we put on, and also the tractor functions. It's just a lot for him to have on one display. So Deere has what this thing is right here. I'll set it here. But what this guy is, he's basically an extended monitor. There's no, well, I believe there's no like computer or anything in this guy. It looks like a twin to the armrest display, but all it is a repeater display, and so it just gives them more screen real estate basically to display more information at a glance. So when you're planning, he can look at all of his crucial, I don't know what you call it, monitors, his alerts and whatnot, all on two displays instead of trying to cram it all into one smaller display. So that's what I'm going to put in now, and so let's see how that goes. His tractor is a 2014 8295R, and what that is mine tractor is actually a early model 2014, and what they did, they have a year split in there of one's the final tier 4 and one's the interim tier 4. Mine's the interim. It doesn't require DEF exhaust fluid, but this one here does. And so when they did that switch, they kind of upgraded some things in the cab, which I'll show you here in a second. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like here. Looks like the same design as this display. It's just a dummy display basically that adds extra information. But so I came over here. I'm just kind of setting up something he might like to do on this one. Just he wanted to be able to see more mapping, and so hopefully on this one we'll show his rates and what he's planted and where I've planted better. I just added his hydraulic functions over here, which one of these guys is being used. I also put his rate controller information here for putting on fertilizer. We put 5 gallon of 1034O on, which is basically 10 parts nitrogen, 34 parts phosphorus. It makes a nice pop-up fertilizer. We put it right on top of the seed, and so that's what he's monitoring with this function right here. Then he can come back over here, and this is his main planning functions. Like I said, I'm just kind of setting it up close to maybe the way I would do it, but he might come and set it up the way he wants to do it. So what's nice about these is you can kind of adjust what you want to see, different sizes. And one of the things you can come in here and do is what I'm doing now is basically you come in here and go to Layout Manager, come to All Run Pages, and see these are the ones I'm setting up right now. Plant 1, like this outside one isn't quite what I thought it was going to be, so I can remove that. Come down here into Add Module, Applications. What that is an ISO virtual terminal, I think is what that stands for. I'm not exactly sure, but then I can come down here, scroll through, see these won't fit with the real estate I have left, so you can kind of come down here and see which ones might fit in. These all have red lines, so something like this could fit in here. That's more fertilizer control stuff there. See, there's a planting screen. That's the one I have in there now. Nope. I might try this guy to see if it, well, no, let me see. Yeah, that was the one. So let's see what he looks like there after I come out of there. And so yeah, I can, well, that's actually kind of doubling up. So maybe I want to put something there, but you kind of get the gist. Is I can customize this screen right here to kind of what functions you want to have at a glance. And so that's kind of an upgrade from these, a little bit of an upgrade, I guess, from these on these 4600 series screens. Is they're a little more customizable. The 2630s you could do that too. That's the slightly older screen. It's just these might be a little bit more customizable. I'll pretend like nothing happened. My brother Tom in there, he's the one causing all the racket. What he's doing, he's loading seed up for a few fields that we have down south of our farm, just so we can get everything set up, and when we get to rolling, we can get rolling. I think I've done the same pivot. Power on. We want to go back and reverse. I think everything else is good. She's moving. What you doing over here?
Making
Some hay?
for the cows.
For the cows? What's it doing here? Looks like it kind of got aborted.
The loader tractor.
The loader tractor. It's always the loader tractor, ain't it? Morning, folks. It's Friday morning. Just got to the field. Got the seed tender. Brother loaded up the seed tender last night. Now I'm going to go through, kind of just make sure everything turns. No bearings are out. And load it up with seed, go to the next field, and then we'll see what happens. Close enough. Father, thank you for this. When using stuff like this is, right now I'm under the ride quality map. Well, you can see we took our vertical tilt and we did these bottoms because they were kind of ran through a little bit, and then we strip tilled over them. But even still, what that VT did, and you know, versus just kind of what's on these hillsides here, is right after I gone through it, it just rides rougher. And so it's kind of things like that data kind of helps when we go back to see it, if there's any effect to yield or maybe what happens at those spots. You can come back, look at maps like these to just kind of see, was there any issues when we were planning? Can we correlate that with yield drag or anything like that? So, but no, you can kind of see those are just rougher areas in the field that we come up on as the red, green's better. Each row has a sensor on it, and what that sensor does is determine ride quality, and also there's other sensors that go off the gauge wheel. That tells you these gauge wheel, basically your downforce margins and stuff like that. This is how much we're applying, and this is how much we're basically over applying to keep that unit down on the ground, keeping that seed depth even. And so you can kind of see here I applied more downforce just because we have more residue on the ends and stuff like that from driving grain carts and stuff like that on. So sometimes like that I'll increase, I'll basically increase it just in case when I come to a spot that might be harder or have more residue or something like that. That hungry moment right before you know supper should be coming. Hope it's 6 o'clock sharp. So since farmers really aren't nothing more than glorified cavemen, we're gonna light more stuff on fire. I see the fire finally fully took off. If you can see that faint glow kind of on top of the hill there, that's the fire. So I'm sitting here waiting for some starter fertilizer to fill up here. Yesterday I noticed I went over 2,000 subscribers, and guys, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Wish I could thank each one of you if I could, but no, well, I'll try to keep on cranking out some videos here. When they come out, it's kind of hard to tell because it's on the farm and different things happen and flexibility and time issues. So just keep looking for videos, I guess, and I'll try to send them out as much or little as I can, I guess. So no, I really appreciate it again, guys, and just hope that you guys keep sharing, liking, and subscribing. Thanks, guys. See you later.